Good morning, students. Welcome to today's class. Today we are going to discuss exercise from atomic structure chapter. A little bit part was left. The second part which was left, that we are going to discuss today. But before starting that, I want to tell you something about the portion, unit test portion. First three chapter 1, that is matter, chapter 2, that is physical and chemical changes, and chapter 3, that is element, compound and mixture. These three chapters will be there in unit test portion. Along with this atomic structure and whatever we are doing, you start revising those chapters also, which we already did. Okay, first three chapters, these three chapters will be there in unit test portion. Okay, and if you are not getting the sound properly, use headphone. Okay, always remember that. Maybe I am forgetting to say that, mention that in every video, every class, but you do that. Okay, whenever you are not getting the sound properly, you use headphone. Okay, now let's start our class. See this question number 10. Here we have to state the mass number, atomic number, number of neutrons, electronic configuration for the following atoms. Okay, these are the representation of these atoms. So from this we can get the mass number, atomic number, and this information regarding the number of neutrons, electrons, protons, and electronic configuration. So how we will be doing that? See, carbon 12,6. Maybe in this you are not getting it properly, but here it's clear. Carbon 12,6. Okay, the mass number, it's not mandatory to remember, but it's better if you remember at least for few or the atoms which we use generally, which repeatedly come to in our study and all, which generally we use frequently. So for those atoms, better you if you revise, and whenever you will study, and this will easily is generally it will remember, means you can remember this. Okay, so mass numbers for few substances, few elements, better you remember. Okay, so either it will be double of atomic number, and sometimes it is double, means one more than plus atomic number. Okay, double of atomic number plus one, like for the atomic numbers which are odd atomic numbers, for them it's 2 into atomic number plus 1, that is the mass number generally. Okay, see, for fluorine you can see that 9 into 2, that is 18. So 18 plus 1, 19. 19 will be the mass number for fluorine, like this. Okay, for chlorine also, see, 17 into 2, 34. 34 plus 1, 35, like this. And atoms we can represent in this two manner. Okay, either in this diagonally, in this manner, mass number, atomic number we can represent, or at the same side we can write in this manner. Both are correct. Okay, now let's start. See, name of the element, that is carbon 12,6. so for this we know this is the atomic number, that is 6 is the atomic number for carbon. Atomic mass is 12. Number of proton will be 6. Electron is 6 because atomic number is 6. So same number of proton and electrons. And number of neutron, mass number minus atomic number, that is 6. And electronic configuration for carbon will be 2, 4. Okay, in the first shell 2 electron, and in the second shell 4 electron. Next, for oxygen, the same manner. Atomic number 8, atomic mass 16, number of proton is same as atomic number, number of proton and number of electrons, so 8, 8 each. and atomic number of neutron we will be getting by deducting atomic number from atomic mass. That means 16 minus 8. So we will be getting 8 here for neutron, number of neutron. And electronic configuration for oxygen 2, 6. In the first shell, in the K shell 2, and in the second shell, L shell 6. Next for fluorine 9, 19. Okay, 19, 9. 19 is the mass number and 9 is the atomic number. So number of proton 9, number of neutron, number of electron 9, and number of neutron is atomic mass minus atomic number. So it will be 10. Okay, atomic mass we can write, or mass number also, same, both are correct. Okay, next electronic configuration will be 2, 7. Next for neon, it is 2010. Neon 2010. So atomic number 10, atomic mass 20 or mass number 20, number of proton 10, number of electron 10, number of neutron 10. Electronic configuration 28. Here you can see neon is having a stable electronic configuration because in the first shell maximum accommodation for electron is 2, in the second shell maximum accommodation for electron is 8. So for neon it is fulfilled, that's why it is stable, it's having stable electronic configuration, and that's why neon is stable. It is we call it as noble gas or inert gas because as it's already attained the stability, so it will not react anymore. Okay, in normal conditions and all, it will not react. So forcefully we can make them react, but normally it will not react, all the noble gases. Okay, next aluminium 2713. So atomic number 13, atomic mass is 27. Okay, mass number 27, we can see that. Number of proton 13, number of electron 13, number of neutron 14. Electronic configuration is 283. Okay, see here 3 is the this is the number of valence electron for aluminium. We discussed what is the valence electron. So the third shell for aluminium, the third shell is the valence shell, that is M shell is the valence shell, and the number of electron, that is 3 here for aluminium, that is the valence electrons. Now chlorine 3517, atomic number is 17, atomic mass 35, number of proton 17, number of electron 17, number of neutron, it will be 35 minus 17, that is 18. Electronic configuration is 287. Okay, so for chlorine the valence shell is third shell only, M shell, and valence electron is number of valence electrons, this will be 7. Okay, next see the structures. We know this is in the book on also, or in the study material also you will be getting the structures. It's very easy, only we have to put the proton neutron in the nucleus, number of proton, number of neutron we will be writing in this manner, and the electrons in the shells. Okay, so this electrons you can draw, better you draw in solid form. Okay, you just make it black. So this is carbon, structure of carbon, this is structure of oxygen. Okay, same as from the electronic configuration we have got the structures, no? So just we have to put the number of electrons in proper manner, okay, in the shells. Okay, this is chlorine. Okay, in the first shell 2, in the second shell 8, in the third shell 7. For aluminium this is 283. Okay, like this. Next, question number 12. The atomic number and the mass number of sodium are 11 and 23 respectively. What information is conveyed by this statement? So from this we can get the atomic number. From the atomic number, number of protons will be 11, that information we can get. Number of electron will be 11, that is also we can get from this information, okay, from this statement. And mass number is 23, so from this we can get the number of neutrons as mass number minus atomic number, so 12. And from this we can get the electronic configuration as well. Yes, for sodium, electronic configuration will be, you can do that your own. Total number of electron is 11, so this will be 281. Okay, so these informations can be conveyed by this statement. Next, here we have to draw the diagrams representing the atomic structure of the following. Nitrogen, it's 14,7. See, in the first shell 2 electron, in the second shell 5 electrons, so electronic configuration will be 2 5. Okay, 7 protons, 7 neutron. For neon, already we did in the previous question, only we did that. Okay, so it's 10 10, number of proton, number of neutron, and number of electron also. So electronic configuration will be 2 8. In the first shell 2 electron, in the second shell 8 electron. Next, the atom of an element is made up of 4 proton, 5 neutron, and 4 electrons. What is its atomic number and mass number? It's very easy. Atomic number is the number of proton or number of electron. Okay, and so atomic number will be 4 and mass number will be number of proton plus number of neutron, that is 4 plus 5 is equal to 9. So atomic number will be 4, mass number will be 9. Okay, from this you may maybe you have to guess the name of the element also. Okay, so atomic number 4, this is beryllium. Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium. Okay, so fourth element. Next, question number 16. What are the two main parts of which an atom is made of? The two main parts of an atom is the centrally located nucleus and the outer circular orbits. These two parts are there, centrally located nucleus and outer circular orbits. Okay, these two. Where is the nucleus of an atom is situated? It's situated at the center of an atom. It's we know that nucleus is situated at the center of an atom. Okay, next, what are orbits or shells of an atom? The orbits or the shells of an atom are the imaginary paths pressed by the electrons. Means on these paths electrons are revolving and in this empty space electrons are in this imaginary paths pressed by the electrons in the empty space surrounding the nucleus. So surrounding the nucleus in the empty space where the electrons are revolving, okay, around those, through those imaginary paths electrons are revolving surrounding the nucleus in the empty space. So these are the orbits or shells. Okay, so this was so students, so this was there. So here we have finished the exercise from atomic structure. You revise the chapter, it's very easy, no need to it's not that tough and all. Okay, just you have to practice the structures, and repeatedly I'm telling, don't remember blindly. Just you first go through the chapter, go through the study materials, okay, and try to get that, try to understand that properly, and then you memorize. Few things you have to memorize, that is okay, but without understanding anything, if you memorize, it will for long run it will not it cannot work, okay. Soon you will be forgetting that. So do that repeatedly. I'm telling this. uh, Whenever you are studying, you are doing your lessons and all, you better with a pen and paper you sit and you just note down those important points or important reactions and all, or important formulas and all these things, okay. Repeatedly you just write down those, okay. Practice those. By writing only you practice those, then uh, for a long time you can remember those, okay. So do this. I know you are doing that. You have and at the same time you just revise the unit test portion also, okay. Revise the unit test portion also. So this is all for today. Have a good day. Thank you.